So after class, there was a bunch of us, all boys from New York. We were about maybe 8 of us or something. We're going over to the house where Prabhupada stayed. It's the president's quarters, a little house on the street. And we went over there, and Harikesh, at that time, he was not sannyasi yet. He was brahmachari. But he began traveling with Prabhupada. He had been in the New York temple, and he was training 4 of us brahmacharis how to cook. And eventually, out of the 4, the other 3 voted that I should be the head cook in New York, and I became. But I was not Brahmin. So now to make it all right, they sent me to get initiation. So we went over there, and Harikesh was waiting for us outside, like on the porch, on the walkaway. And we had to take our shirts off. And he said, he's going to teach us how to count from 1 to 10. And he said, this is very important. Don't mess up this. And he's teaching us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know. And it seemed like a fairly easy thing to do. He said, practice it before you go in. So we were all outside on the porch, practicing counting. It's 1 to 10. I mean, we think, how could anything go wrong? The first devotee to go in, front of the line, one of my godbrothers, he goes in, and in like 2 minutes, he comes out looking like he'd seen a ghost. This is funny, but it's at the same time. He comes out like this, like he'd seen a ghost. Nice devotee. His name was Pankajanabha. It means lotus navel, a nice name of Krishna. He comes out like he's seen, and we all said, what's wrong? And he said, Prabhupada called me a mudha and told me to get out. Well, we are just like, we can't believe it. Why? He says, I got into Prabhupada's presence and I couldn't count from 1 to 10. Simple thing, huh? But I understood. He was mesmerized by the presence of Prabhupada. Prabhupada's presence was powerful. You know, I remember when I tell this story, I tell the devotees, it's like when Krishna went to Vidura's house and Vidura wasn't home, and the wife invited Krishna in, and Krishna says, I'm hungry. You have any prasadam? And she said, no, everything's gone. We washed the pots already. And then Krishna says, I see you have some bananas over there. I'll take some bananas. So Vidura's wife got the bananas, and she's so enamored, you know, with Krishna's presence. You know, Krishna is coming in your house. It's just you and him. That's enough to, you know. So what she's doing is she starts, rather than just handing him the bananas, she takes one and she starts peeling the bananas, and in her ecstasy and bewilderment, she throws the banana away in the trash and gives Krishna the peel. And just at that moment, Narad Muni and Vidura walks in, and they start laughing, seeing this happening. And Vidura says, look at my wife. She's peeling the bananas, throwing the banana away and giving Krishna the peel. Isn't that amazing? And Narad Muni says, what's even more amazing is Krishna is actually eating the peels. So this devotee, he couldn't do a simple thing like chant, go into tent. And Prabhupada tell him, you're just a mudha, get out. So he comes out, he's about to die. And Harika said, don't worry, go to the end of the line and you'll go back in at the end, you'll get another try. So everybody was like, we were nervous. If that could happen to him, it could happen to me. And I went in, I was like the fourth person going in, and paid my obeisances, I sat down close to Prabhupada, and he's on a mat on the floor. And the first thing he asked me is, do you know how to count from 1 to 10? And I said, yes, Prabhupada. He said, you do it like this. And he begins to show me how to count. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4. When he gets to 5, he knew that I wasn't paying attention. And I wasn't. I stopped looking at his hands. He's showing me, but I'm fascinated by being so close to Prabhupada. I'm looking at his head, at his ears with the hair coming out of his ears. I'm enjoying looking at him. And he knew it, because all of a sudden when he got to like 5, he said, look here. He just grounded me. I looked, and he finished it, and he said, now you do it. And I did it. And I came out of there. Then he told me to come close, and he chanted the mantra in my ears. And then he took the thread and he just kind of threw it over me like a lasso, you know. And I paid my businesses and come out. So that's Philadelphia.